Hello everyone, I'm Kunal Bothra. I have more than 15 years of experience in capital markets, in stock markets in India. I've been associated with a lot of brokerage firms earlier. My current designation is I am a panelist at ET Now, as well as I'm a consultant to broking firms like LKP Securities. Now, interestingly, with LKP Securities, there is a product called as SPIP. And today I'll be discussing about the particulars of SPIP and the beauties and the advantages of being part of this product. Now, what exactly is SPIP? SPIP is basically 7 picks investment plan. Now, it's a product which is designed every month by a team of investment committee where the cumulative experience, and you'd be surprised to know the number, is more than 100 years of cumulative experience from the members of investment committee. So what do? We sit across every month, start of every month, trying to design that which are the set of stocks, sectors, as well as the overall market view. And then based on selection by the investment committee, we design 7 stocks which can suit your portfolios and which can stand to gain phenomenal returns over a span of 180 days. Now, this we do it with the design of fundamentals as well as technical analysis. अब आप समझोगे कि फंडामेंटल्स और टेक्निकल्स दो डिफरेंट डिजाइन्स है मार्केट के, दोनों साथ में कैसे चल सकते हैं. सो हियर कम्स टू इंपॉर्टेंट सेगमेंट्स ऑफ मार्केट. वन, ऑन द फंडामेंटल साइड, व्हाट वी ट्राई एंड डू इज ट्राई टू लुक आउट फॉर stocks which have very high quality of financials for themselves. We have a sorting out list where we try to dish out the stocks from the fundamental side, and then we move on to the technical aspect. Now, on the fundamental side, there are a lot of parameters which we look out for. The tangible parameters, which is again very important, are the parameters like, for example, the profit and loss of the company, the cash flows of the company, the balance sheet has to be strong enough. The first parameter is the set of cash flows, balance sheet as well as P&L. Those numbers have to be absolutely strong. The business model of the company has to be strong. We try to aim of finding the best stocks within the best performing sectors of every month. And trust me, that's a very tedious process. And we try to get the best picks from the fundamental segment. Now, the second part is very intriguing because the tangible parts is something which we all know in terms of data points. But the second part is where we've always had an edge, and that's the intangibles. And that comes by judging the quality of management. And trust me, over the last many years of running this product of SPIP in different versions, with this intangible quality, we've managed to avoid picking out stocks which have gone from 100 to correcting as much as 10 rupees and lower. So we've managed to avoid stocks which have corrected very sharply using the second intangible method of trying to sort out stocks using fundamental analysis. But then, we always say that to make money in markets, you not just have to spend time in the markets, but what if you can get your timing right? And for that, we then look out for technical analysis. Now, we all know that technical analysis is a science of not just understanding the sentiments of the markets, but more importantly, the price patterns of the markets. So, using technical analysis, we have a lot of sorting out factors where we try to dish out stocks which have best kind of chart structures, and one of the most important criteria where we call it as Lakshman Rekha, where the stocks are generally about this Lakshman Rekha. They've managed to perform exceptionally well from the sector as well as within the overall markets. And that Lakshman Rekha is nothing other than 200-day moving average. It's a classical indicator which has performed exceptionally well. Now, I'll give you an example. Stocks like Bharti Airtel, for example, in the COVID correction, now we all know what happened in 2020 when the markets were falling just one side. There were a lot of stocks which managed to outperform and stay strong above their 200-day moving average, as we call it as Lakshman Rekha. Those stocks, they managed to do exceptionally well in the first phase of recovery post-COVID, and then over the next couple of years, we've seen those stocks perform exceptionally well. And stocks which had fallen below their long-term averages, those stocks have fallen by more than 50 to 80%. So that is why this filtration is exceptionally important in trying to filter out stocks using technical analysis. So what is the combination all about? Trying to pick out stocks which are high quality using fundamentals, trying to time the stocks using the best chartical patterns possible. We try and combine both of these segments together. 10 top stocks from fundamentals, 10 top stocks from technicals, and then During the month end, we try and call out 7 best stocks from these 20 ideas. Trust me, it's very difficult to go into that 7 stock ideas from a list of more than 500 stocks which are present in the market. But that's what SPIP is all about, trying to find the best opportunities to invest as well as trade. That's why we call SPIP as a product which is not just suited for a long-term investor, but it's also suited for a short-term trader. Now, if you have a time frame of 1 to 3 months, SPIP is suited for you. And if you want to pick out quality stocks and ensure that you ride out the volatility, the toughest phase of the markets, and still come out trumps, that's what SPIP is all about. We've had a fantastic track record of SPIP over the last many years, and in fact we've managed to ride out the toughest phase of the market volatility, and we've managed to come out with excellent numbers. As you can see, the numbers for the last many years have been net extremely positive for SPIP. But most important part is the consistency of the product. Now we all know that markets are a series of cycles playing up and down, but we try to ensure that on the way up we try to maximize our returns as much as possible, and on the way down we try to protect the portfolios by going back into the traditional defensives, the large caps and the stronger segment. That's a quality which we adjust to. So that's the best part about the product, trying to adjust into 2 different circumstances of the markets, on the way up as well as on the way down. And that's what the quality of SPIP is all about. An investment committee with more than 100 years of cumulative experience sit across, we discuss on the stock, debate on the stock, look out for better opportunities, and then from a list of 20 stocks, we narrow it down to 7 picks. 7 interesting picks, and that's why we call it as SPIP. You can subscribe to the product by clicking on the link which is mentioned on the screen, going to our website as well as calling on the numbers, and ensure that you be a part of this fabulous product called SPIP.
Investment in securities are subject to market risk. Please read related documents carefully. The securities quoted are exemplary and are not recommendatory. SCBI registration No. of LKP Securities Limited INZ 000 to 16033. Read the detailed disclaimer on www.lkpsec.com.